Hello my dears, in this lesson I am going to tell you how to write half equations and then go on to write a full ionic equation. So let's start with something really easy. Let's start with something like burning magnesium in oxygen to make magnesium oxide. Well, we can use the very simple definition to know that magnesium has actually been oxidized, and we know that the oxygen therefore must have been reduced. But let's say that we want to do this with the more detailed definition. Let's balance the equation first. So step one, we're going to balance the equation. So 2mg plus O2 makes 2mgO. Now we've got the balanced equation, we can go on to stage two, which is to assign oxidation numbers. So in magnesium, it's elemental magnesium, so the oxidation number must be 0. We've got elemental oxygen with an oxidation state of 0. The magnesium is in group 2, so it's got an oxidation state of 2+, and the oxygen is in group, always has an oxidation state of 2- because that's rule 2 from our oxidation rules. So now we can start to see oil rig, oxidation is loss, reduction is gain. So we're going to write half equations. Now half equations they only focus on one species. So we can see we've got two species here, so two halves. So the first half equation is going to be magnesium going to two magnesium atoms make 2 magnesium 2+ ions. Those magnesium ions have also given away 4 E- or 4 electrons, because in order to become a 2+ ion, each one has to have given away 2 electrons, and we've got 2 of them, so they've given away 2 electrons. So we've got 4 electrons in total. The next other half of the equation is the oxygen. So let's focus on the oxygen. Well, we've got oxygen as an element, as a diatomic molecule. Each one has to gain 2 electrons each. So in total, both oxygens have to gain 4 electrons, and they make 2 oxide ions as 2-. So we use the half equations to tell the story, each half of the story, the oxidation half and the reduction half. Now we can start to see what's been oxidized and what's been reduced. You can look at it in 2 ways, and you will probably find that your brain likes one way more than the other. You can think about it in terms of the change in the oxidation state. So you can think of it like the very sexy chemist who got asked on a date, and the chemist said, "Sorry, I only do redox." He wouldn't go on the date. Even though the girl asked him out, he said, "I only do redox," which means increase in oxidation state is oxidation. Increase is oxidation, and decrease is reduction. So you are allowed in the exam to think, "I only do redox," and so in this case you can say the oxidation number here on the magnesium has increased, so it must be oxidation, and you would say, "I know the magnesium has been oxidized because its oxidation number has increased." You can also do the converse the other way around. This is a decrease because it's gone from nothing to -2, so it must be reduction, and therefore you would say the oxygen has been reduced because it has a decrease in oxidation number. Now, if I only do redox doesn't work for you, then what you can do is you can think oil rig which is oxidation is loss and reduction is gain. So in this case, it's the same thing. The magnesium has given electrons away. Oxidation is loss. You know it's given them away because it's on the right-hand side of the equation. So it's given them away. The oxygen has gained them because we know when oxygen gets a full outer shell, it needs to have gained oxygen. So that's why the electrons are on the left-hand side, because they're part of the thing that's gone together. So reduction is gain, so they've gained electrons. You will find that one way works for you more than the other. I only do redox or oil rig. Tell yourself a story and go with the one that suits your brain.